Hey, what's up, you guys? Johnny Bean here. This is exclusively Van Halen. This is an update show. By the way, if you like your Van Halen, subscribe to the channel. We're very, very close to the big 12K on YouTube. We're like 30 away or something. So subscribe to the channel. And let's talk some. Actually, we were at the Sammy Hagar show last night, and we're going again tomorrow. And so that's what we're going to talk about. So let's do it. All right, you guys. This is Johnny Bean TV.
Hey, this is Michael Anthony right here, and you are watching exclusively Van Halen on the Johnny Bean TV. Keep it there. Woo! See ya!
Hey, what's up, you guys? Johnny Bean. Exclusively Van Halen. Music Therapy Laz.
How do they do it? Something like that? I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't of that era.
Dude, last night, man.
Wow.
We'll get into this.
Yeah.
We'll get into this, you guys. We were at the Best of All Worlds tour last night. Amazing show, you guys. We'll get into it, but first, we must say hello to the top tier of channel members here on Johnny Bean. On YouTube, channel membership, it's an excellent way to help support the channel and support these shows. And the top tier are the executive producers. They're currently Sherman Callahan, CC, Nova 9, Michael Smith, Music Therapy Labs. Who's that? Arhabs, Warlag, Fairfield Guitar Co. I know, I've been calling you Labs lately. Majestic, PB, and JCat. That's what your studio should be, Music Therapy Labs.
No.
You know?
I'm too close to Livermore Labs.
Oh, no. Janice, Lala, the intern, and Michael B. Michael B. Your name will be on this animation very soon. You know?
Michael B. Yeah, get that animation on there, Johnny.
Yeah, get
You've
to
been
it.
kind of busy lately. Like, what were you
I've been
doing
a little busy.
Where were you at? You know.
Dude, you guys.
What a day and night.
All right. So Laz and I,
Yo.
yesterday, where were we? Where did we
were
go?
at Sammy's, what I call wow, because it was wow, and it was the best of all worlds, and it was Joe, as he called him, the hero, guitar hero Joe, Smoking Joe Satriani was there, right?
Sammy calls him Smokin' Joe. He calls him Smoke. He calls him Smoke.
Yeah,
He's always like, Smoke!
Smoke. Yeah,
You know?
And he pulled off something new last night. I haven't seen him do in any of the other videos of any of the other shows, and he kind of blew Sammy's mind. Did you notice that little kind of nod to his hero, Joe's hero,
Where he was playing the guitar with his teeth.
He did it with his teeth,
Yeah.
and Sammy's like, "What?" He's like, "Oh, you're doing that now too? You can also do that? Okay, show off." God.
I keep telling you guys, Joe Satriani is the perfect choice for this tour. There's nobody else.
No.
Nobody else. Right, Mike? Mike Wood. You were with us last night, dude.
Yeah, Mike.
We had a great time.
Mike, we got stories about Mike. Anyway.
Actually, there should be a photo of us somewhere.
There's a photo of us. Yeah.
You sent me a bunch of photos here, which I'll try to we'll try to get to if we can.
There's one I didn't send you that I should send to you.
Sure.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of a funny photo.
Send
When
it
we were walking from the parking lot into the show.
before the show.
Yeah, I sent you a picture from behind.
Wait a minute. What kind of
I know. It's kind of silly. But you
By
and
the-
Mike.
By the way, when we were on our way to the, what kind of photos are you taking of me? Okay, that's how we met. You were filming me from the back.
No, that's not
at
true.
the NAMM
I didn't even know
show.
who you were then. I mean, I kind of knew of you, but I didn't know that was you then. And I didn't even know Ben Coombs, who he was then. And he was the guy talking and hanging out with you then at the NAMM in 2019, my first time.
2019.
My Virgin tour.
I've been there every year since 2013.
Hey, Cheryl.
2013. You know,
Brian.
you guys. Okay, so we're gonna try to show you guys some photos. You know, I might have to. I might just have to hold the phone up. Might be easier to do it that way. But we do have a photo of us together with our friend Mike Wood. Let me see. Paul Gilbert would have been a good choice. Some area code 720 is texting in right now. And every time we get the Paul Gilbert. By the way,
either one of those guys could have, probably all three of those guys could have probably pulled that off. I don't know, Johnny.
Especially the guy in the middle. I think he would have been great.
The guy in the middle, I think, would have been cool if he would have been picked.
By the way, Paul Gilbert, apparently a bunch of his guitars were stolen on tour. I think you guys are hearing about that. A bunch of his guitars, yeah. So keep a lookout for Paul Gilbert's guitars
out there.
Okay. Oh, here we are, right here. This is Mike Wood, myself, and Music Therapy Labs. Music Therapy Labs. There we are. Look at that, hanging out.
And I managed to get that James Cameron, or what's that kind of like that line in it too. Yeah. Who's the director who does that?
This guy sitting behind us, he was actually in front of us when we were walking in. Remember, we were looking at shirts. Remember Mike Wood. Remember, we were like, "Oh, look at this shirt, look at that." You know, the different concert shirts. Yeah. And I made a joke saying this. We were walking behind this guy. I remember a joke saying, "Wow, look at the show that guy was at." This shirt.
Have some
the shirt that had all the different bands on it.
He's been everywhere, man. He's like Johnny.
Yeah, look at that. There's Van Halen. There's Def Leppard.
Yeah.
There we are. So yeah.
My God. What's up, Sean Spring?
Great time. What's up, you guys? Let's say hello to some people. We got Robot Master Switch. We got Sean. We got Brian Davies. Johnny Ben would have been the best choice. Thank you so much. Wow, that should have been applause. We got Thomas. Was actually just in Concord last Sunday night for a Napa trip. Oh, right on, man. Yeah, we were there last night. The show was awesome. Thomas, thanks for checking in from Facebook. Nuna would have been a better choice. Satriani's still good. Jordan is saying, I disagree. Let us know in the chat what you guys think. Mm-hmm. I mean, once you've seen this show, I mean, I thought already. I knew from day one Satriani was the dude. But once you're at this show and you see them play, it's like nah.
Oh, Mike Woods, you're right. JJ Abrams, else. The lens flame thing. Yeah, honestly, Johnny, I agree with you, and I've been, on occasion catching some bits and pieces of other shows, and then I listened to the entire Red Rocks show, and there are moments where Joe, he's a technician kind of player in the sense that, in my mind anyway, from the way it sounded to me, he plays with emotion. He's got the bluesy thing. Obviously, Jimi Hendrix is his favorite. You can tell,
right.
But he's more. I'm not going to say mechanical in the way he plays at all, because it's not mechanical. He's technical, very technical.
He is more technical.
Yeah, and he plays
he's one of the top
guy.
He's one of the top dudes. For years,
right?
For years and years and years. Art, what's up, man? Over on Facebook.
So would you say, Johnny,
859?
Does that mean there's some feel missing from his playing at all because he's techno? You think there's the technicality kind of vein of his playing takes away from the feel side a little
Not
bit?
At all. Not at all. No. Satriani. See, I grew up. You guys all know. I grew up. Eddie Van Halen was the man. Mm-hmm. Still, always. And when I thought of players like Satriani and Vai, I always thought they were more technical. They did more things. See, players like that, they know music theory. They know exactly what they're doing. Van Halen, he knew the guitar. I don't think, I think he did know some music theory because he played piano. I think he did know some, but players like Satriani and Vai, they're more they have the theory. They're more technical. And does that mean there's less feeling? No, not at all. I mean Satriani, I mean, you could see it while he was playing last night. There was total feeling in his playing.
So into it. Yeah. He was so
totally
he was having fun. He was having fun. You can't have fun and be like just in your mind the whole time. He was having fun. Obviously, the Red Rocker, Sammy Hagar, was having fun. And he was really bringing it to that crowd. And that crowd really was happy to be there. And they were feeling it. I'm telling you that. They were.
Let me say one thing, too. The crowd was packed.
Totally.
You know, I run a Van Halen group called Exclusively Van Halen on Facebook. We're one of the largest groups. People are always posting this stupid meme where it says like Sammy Hagar show, and there's like 3 people in the audience, and it shows Van Halen,
really
and it's like
kind of
it's literally, and it's like everything. That show last night. Remember, we were walking in, and I remember a lady saying, one people that worked there, she said that we're sold out.
And
which I don't know if that's totally true.
But then by the time Loverboy was over and Van Halen was about to start, man, that place was every seat.
Sammy Hagar. That's another thing. That's another thing. Last night, it was not Van Halen. We're not going to say it was Van Halen. It was not Van Halen. It was the other half of Van Halen, definitely. And one thing that I want to say, and this was really cool, man, and I'm glad you were there for this. You were there because I know you never saw Van Halen. No, I know you got tickets
from outside in the parking lot where my
there was
cousin
tickets locked in your car.
My cousin's friend's car, and I wanted to break the window, and he wrestled me down.
You should have.
And beat
I can't believe I would have.
Made me drive him home.
Steve Barton, are you watching on Facebook, man? I just got a notification. Anyway, let me just say this. This tour is not Van Halen, okay? No. But they're playing Van Halen songs. They're playing Sammy Hagar, Van Halen era songs. They play Panama. Mm-hmm. They play Jump.
Yeah.
You know? That's that Michael Anthony's era of Van Halen. So they're playing those songs, right? But while they were playing, actually, did you know all the Van Halen songs? I had a feeling
they played. I knew. Recent years since I've gotten to know you, and I've I guess reinvested myself into Van Halen as the icon and as the genius that he is and was, right? The genius of Van Halen. I've gotten to really understand it more than just another shredder player, like the way I always thought of him. He's just that guy that does the whammy stuff. We grew up with so many rockers and so many guitarists that did stuff that was not maybe exactly like him, but similar, like from Yngwie to Vai to before that Schenker and everybody, Beck. A lot of people did a lot of phenomenal, really interesting guitar stuff, but the really big difference, Johnny, I think that you brought to mind and others have brought to mind too, is that, but one big difference between him and them is he wrote a lot of hit songs, a lot of radio played hit songs. And I'm not saying pop, I'm saying rock, hit songs. And some of those hit songs on the radio were very poppy. I mean, Jump, very poppy kind of thing. When he did the Jackson, the Michael Jackson thing, that's a pop song. Steve Stevens did the Dirty Diana thing. He was a gunslinger guitar player out there doing the thing with Jackson too.
Sure.
And why do you think those producers called on those guys, right? Why do they call on any of these people that could pull it off, and knew that they would make the song better? Because these guys had something, and honestly, Sammy Hagar had that same something. He was a pretty big star in his time with Montrose and in his own right too. I was really happy to hear some of those songs that they played, his songs,
I did notice last night that his solo songs got the most applause.
That's amazing.
Like, right? I Can't Drive 55 got the most applause. Because one thing was, they did play a couple, like, what you would call deep cuts, Van Halen wise.
Yeah.
Like they played a song called The Seventh Seal,
Yeah.
which I wasn't sure if you were totally familiar with that song.
Yeah, of course. As soon as it started, I'm like, oh, they're playing the Seventh Seal song. Like,
That's
wow.
Off Balance. That's the opening track, Off Balance. They played a song called Judgment Day, which is the second track off Carnal Knowledge. But the one thing that I thought was cool was they played songs like, Right Now, When It's Love, Run Around. Any of those Van Halen era songs.
By that. Like Run Around is not like a song that, that's like a hit radio type song. But it's
actually it was.
In the sense that
it was
of the Hagar era. Well, like I don't remember. I remember like Summer Nights and stuff like that.
They played Summer Nights.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. So anybody that never got to see Van Halen, okay? Anybody that had, the tickets, locked in their car at a show and didn't get to go in. And if you didn't get to see Van Halen back in the day, the Hagar era, you have to go see this show because it totally gives you the sense of a Van Halen show without it being Van Halen. And that's something I thought was really cool for you because they're playing those songs and I'm watching this crowd and I got goosebumps.
Right.
Like I saw Van Halen back in the day. I was there. All those shows, in Concord, Mountain View, all the Bay Area shows. So I was happy for you. I was happy that you got to experience that because that really is the closest. That's the only way you're going to experience a Van Halen show was what you saw last night and what you're going to see tomorrow. That's it. And that's without it even being Van Halen.
Yeah. What I'm excited, to be honest, what I'm super excited about is what Sammy was saying later in the show and even kind of throughout, but later in the show, he's really kind of pushing that, this ain't it. It ain't over. We're going to keep this train rolling as long as we can. And I'm hoping that other people like we're getting somebody AE, whoever is saying here, why not Sammy reach out to Sharon too? Well, maybe he has, but they're on tour and they've been killing it out there, extremely.
They already played Boston. They already played the area where Sharon would have been if he would have jumped on stage, maybe Extreme is on tour right now.
For that in the future is what I'm saying is I think now that all the boo-hooers out there are boo-hooing and nobody cares. Bottom line is that if you want to go out and have a rockin' killer time at a concert, frickin' go. You're blowing it if you're not going. You're basically going to something that I think you're going to be sorry you didn't go to. And if you're not sorry, then you just don't know. It's just you're just naive to the reality of what a killer show that was and how much fun it was. And it was a love fest. Like he was calling, this is a love fest, and it was like a thank you to everyone that made him who he is, like you said in that article I was reading this morning. I read too much of that, but anyway. It was. The bottom line is that he just wants to share the love of this music with everyone else because he loves it and he wanted to play it. And he found some people that wanted to play it with him, and God damn it, he went out and did it. And yeah. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Dude, you were telling me you're tired, and tomorrow we got to go on this long drive. I've got so much energy from the excitement of this that I can drive around America chasing.
I didn't get to bed till 3 a.m. last night, and I had to get up at 8.
I did go to bed at like 12:30. You did go.
I had In-N-Out Burger at 1 in the morning.
Did you play GTA 5 after?
No, I came home and I went straight to sleep, and then woke up.
Yeah.
So okay, so we'll keep talking about this. Let's read some comments. Let's read some comments here.
Read these comments.
Let's see. Glenn on Facebook is saying going Friday in Woodlands, Texas.
Nice,
right on,
dude.
man. Justin, Justin, what's up, Justin? Welcome, man. Great to see you in the chat. Michael, Music Man, listen. The Sammy Hagar albums are not just the singles. They released the Hagar VH albums are heavy.
Absolutely. Listen to it like you should, from beginning to end, like an album. Go to YouTube, say full album, and just go front to back, like we used to say. Flip it over front to back. That's when it was a record. Just go from the beginning to the end. Just absorb it.
Yeah. A&E is saying Sammy's using a lot of Van Halen branding for his show. Not really.
He's got the and the H kind of in the shape of the V and the H. But I don't know if you
Yeah.
all know that. That was actually something that someone drew up on a Jimi Hendrix logo, was the JH.
Right.
So a lot of people don't know that. The original
I think that was
logo,
later, though. I think that was later.
You
That
think it was
wasn't.
later?
Yeah.
It was
from a book from.
stolen from the
it was
Air
from a-
Force. It's an Air Force logo thing. The wings, that's an Air Force thing. If you don't know.
Right.
Yeah. And the Van Halens were into that, just like we were when we were kids. We're all into, all that era of TVs and movies, and stuff like Combat, the TV show, and there was another.
The
TV
Wonder Woman logo.
There
looks
you go.
Looks like that. And then Weezer, of course, but Weezer,
Well, they were
huge Van Halen fans.
huge.
Hey, Peggy.
They did a whole
What's
album.
up? What's up? Sammy is
Pretty
also
cool.
using Eddie's Frankenstein set. Satriani is actually playing a Frankenstein guitar.
Yeah, he did play. What song did he use it on last night? I'm trying to remember. I think it was. I think it was one of Sammy's solo songs. it was.
Mas Tequila.
Yeah.
He used a Frankenstein while they played Mas Tequila.
He was doing the rhythm part.
Yeah.
But he did some stuff on that.
And the thing is, though, Sammy Hagar, he was in Van Halen, and he continued the success of Van Halen, made them bigger, more commercial. So the Van Halen, it's never going to go away with Sammy Hagar.
No.
And people were tossing up on stage. He actually wore like a bumblebee bandana on his head for quite a while.
He had like the people threw up some kind of like I don't know, it was like a scarf kind of thing, or what? It's like almost like a.
There was a big banner
banner.
of the best of both worlds CD cover, the red, black, and white, whatever, and
he also had balance.
Yeah,
Or
a
that
balance.
Sideways or something.
No, Glenn, they did not.
Uh,
They did not play Human
No,
Being at the
no.
show. Can't Draw 55 Joe used a Frankenstein guitar. Clayton James, 1998.
yeah, he was
Right
there.
on, man.
He said that he was in my show. He said he was there too. Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
Can't Drive 55 song.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me say again though, you guys, if you never saw Van Halen or Van Hagar, this is your chance to see the closest you will ever see of that. And again, it's not Van Halen, but in a sense, it kind of is. And I was happy. I was happy for people like Laz, people that never got to see Van Halen or Van Hagar back in the day.
It's the closest thing that I knew I'd ever come to hearing, a Van Halen tribute by some of the actual band members. Because there have been tributes out there, but having
there's tribute bands.
And
There's
Mike
tribute
Lee's
bands,
voice,
but a tribute band is a tribute band. And nothing against tribute bands, but they're tributes. And it's not like seeing the real thing at all.
This was kind of a tribute and a celebration of some of the music, but it wasn't just a tribute show. It was Sammy. It was Sammy's show, and he wanted to play his music, and some of that was his music. Some of it was his basic.
It's a Sammy Hagar. Tour. It is a Sammy Hagar tour, is what it is.
Sammy Hagar. Yeah, that's what it is. He paid for it.
And when you're the lead singer of one of the biggest bands in the world at one point, you're not. That's never going to go away, no matter what. Like what other singer out there was like the lead singer for some huge band and then went solo again, and then never played those hit songs they wrote with that other band ever again? Can we even name anybody else that did that? No. Sammy, I mean, there's nobody out there like Sammy Hagar. Really.
No, there really isn't. And I got to say, for a 76-year-old, that next month, I think in October, he's going to be 77. Holy crap. I mean,
I think it's September next week. Yeah, in October.
Beginning sometime in October.
He's like late 70s.
He
was jumping around.
Dude,
Nobody on stage is running around back and forth. Well, a little bit. There was a little bit of that. Satriani does a little bit. Michael Anthony does a little bit. Ray, how do you say his last name? The keyboard player?
Thistlethwaite.
Thistlethwaite.
Yeah.
Ray Thistlethwaite. He was running. He would jump down, run back and forth a little bit. They did the 5150, walk. And he was doing a great job, man.
He did pretty good.
He was doing background vocals.
Yeah.
You could really hear him. He was playing some guitar in the background, of course, the keyboard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Doing a great job.
Yeah.
Great job. But
Bonham
Sammy
on the
Hagar
drums.
was
Yeah, Bonham on the drums did a great job too. I think the mix was a little bass drum heavy, but that's so typical of like Concord. It's hard to control, and you get that booming bass.
The Concord, California.
Concord Pavilion location.
Last time I was at that venue was Concord. Was it for the Police? 2007.
Last show I saw there was Styx. I was telling you about that. You're like Styx. I'm like Styx. Rock, dude. Tommy Shaw and Styx. When Tommy Shaw was in that band, he made that band rock. He was a rocker.
Sure.
Shaw. And I have some of the Styx. Super awesome.
What'd you think of Loverboy?
I think they did great.
They opened.
And as a matter of fact, they sounded good. There were some reports that they didn't sound good or their mix wasn't good, and other shows like they sounded like crap. They sounded good. And I got to tell you that even though the singer in his youth looked a lot better, he sounded the same. Yeah, they slowed some of the songs down a little bit, but that's it. I mean, all these guys are 70 plus years old. I mean, what do you expect, y'all? And some people did say, it's like old people,
and let me say this, because I've heard other people complaining. I heard there's other people out there complaining about the show, complaining about the audience, complaining about the sound. I saw nothing but positivity. It was this whole show. The audience was positive. They were having a great time, even in the bathroom. I had to run to the room at one point. Yeah. There was people in there having a conversation, saying, "Hey, this is a great show." Yeah, Sammy Hagar's awesome. I mean, these guys were high-fiving at the toilets.
Good, that great, man. Everyone was like, people were having they were like. I think Sammy was even saying it during the show. He even said, "You guys believe me now? Are you here? Are you with me? Because we're taking this further." And now I'm looking at a little bit back in the chat. Area 859 says, "I think Sammy may have said they will be making new music with this current Sammy band." I'm excited about that, because if they can bring this kind of energy, just like any good new rock band, we need good new rock music like this. We don't need any of that AI created crap.
Sammy did an interview recently, and he did say that this band, I guess they're calling it the Best of All Worlds band, I guess. They're going to be making new music at some point in the future.
I'm excited about that.
They'll be making
while they're on tour. They're so inspired by what they're playing that they're already coming up with ideas.
I'm sure they are.
Maybe not. I mean, you got Joe there and Michael there.
Watch their Instagrams. They're jamming. They're hanging out, having a great time. By the way, the audience wasn't just all old people or whatever that is. Right. I did see there were a lot of younger people there watching, and that's what. Let me get back to what I was saying earlier, where obviously a lot of these younger people, there's no way they saw Van Halen or even Van Hagar back in the day,
right?
Yeah,
they have no clue.
So, original lineup or whatever.
About all the drama, which is probably a good thing, because that was one of the reasons why I got turned off to this kind of music in the late 80s and into the 90s, is the drama around Van Halen or other bands like this. There's always drama around these rock bands, and I was just kind of tired of that childishness of it all. I just wanted to not have to listen to people talk about drama. I got more into jazz and stuff where adults got together and played music with each other because they liked good music and they liked to play music together. It was cool reading in that article about Sammy talking about his Wobble band, the Wobbles or whatever, Sammy and the Wobbles. We got 160 songs, pick a song, 40, 50 people coming up and down playing, and they had a great time. And that was his favorite band, he said, because he got to just play music that he loved. And isn't that what it's all about? No drama. Let's just hang out and have a great time and play music, man.
Yeah. Glenn on Facebook is saying new music from the band would be Chickenfoot with a new drummer. Yeah, sort of. Well, they got the keyboard player too, Ray Thistle. Is it Thistleweed? Thistleweight.
Yeah.
So they would have a new keyboard player. They would have a new drummer. So, and they did play a Chickenfoot tune last night, or they played part of one, Bigfoot. They did like a medley. They did Satriani did a little bit of one of his tunes. It's really like a celebration of all these different eras of music for all the musicians, except for Ray. We didn't hear any of his solo tunes, but we did hear some Zeppelin.
New music.
Sort of. Did they play a Zeppelin song live, or we heard?
It was like a part of something.
Mike Wood, our buddy Mike that was with us last night. He was saying when at the very end of the show, over the speakers, they were playing Zeppelin's "Thank You." I think that's what he was saying. So you got the Zeppelin, you got the Van Hagar, you got the Van Halen, you got Sammy, you got Chickenfoot, you got Satriani. You have all these different eras of great music packed into this one show, and the production is awesome. They got these awesome LED screens, behind them with all these awesome video clips and animations. They got awesome lights. We actually watched them tear down a little bit last night. Yeah. We saw how fast they tear that stage down because we were like the last few people in the venue. We stayed for a little bit, and we watched them tear down. And I turned around at one point. We were in the front of the stage. There was nobody else. It was just us, me, you, and Mike. Mm-hmm. And we were watching them tear down, all that, loading the trucks and everything. But anyway, you guys, amazing show. We're going tomorrow.
I'm excited to see the second time.
Our buddy General Admission is going with us.
He is indeed.
But General Admission, you got to be there on time because we're leaving. We're leaving at a certain time.
I talked to him today. He's going to make sure he's going to leave at 8. So he'll be at
Satch Boogie.
Yeah, Satch Boogie, man. Yeah, I mean, that is basically Satriani's, solo guitar song. That's his eruption of sorts, right? Satch Boogie.
Hey, Uncle Raymond. Thanks to Sammy for keeping the music alive.
Nailed
What's
it.
Up? Adam Roach, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
Good to see you, man. Yeah, I wish you could see this tour, man. Adam, you're in Australia, right? Or somewhere? I wish you could see this tour.
Yeah.
I think they're going to Japan, though. This tour.
I think so. I hope this.
I think they said they were going overseas.
Around this just keeps growing, and next thing you know, they're going to be doing a world tour. And they're just not going to stop.
Because it almost sounds. It almost sounds like some people get the impression that this is like a farewell tour.
I don't think
or something, and it's not.
It's a celebration of all this great music.
It's a celebration. It's a celebration of the music that was created by all the members that are in this band.
They kind of went into that.
They in the middle of Best of Both Worlds. They did Celebrate by Cool and the Gang. Yeah, and they actually opened for Van Halen in 20. What year was that? 2012. 2012.
Bananas at Large. Steve Barton, man. He has these custom amps that he's using, and it sounded sick. I mean, it was crunching right through the mix. There was no question that you could hear.
Ned, wake up and push the button. Hurry.
Push the button,
Ned. My cat's sleeping. Let's see. Okay, let's see. We joke around. By the way, Steve Barton, thank you so much for the support for the show.
Yeah.
Check really quick. This is called a super chat, and here on this channel, the super chats change these lights back here. They should change it at some point here. But I'm moving into a brand new studio, and these lights. Oh, there we go. There it is. There it is. There it is. So I'm moving into a brand new studio, you guys, and these lights will be the entire studio. So when you support the channel with what's called a super chat, you'll be changing the lights of the entire studio coming up. My brand new studio. So Steve Barton, thank you so much for your support. And look at that, there he is with Satriani, man. Dude.
And I see what AE says here about the celebration of Sammy's career. I get what you're saying, but I don't think that's what it is. I think that they intended to celebrate Van Halen's music because they missed playing it and they wanted to do it. And him and Mikey, and he was trying to reach out to Alex and even Ed. They made amends, and they've been trying to put on some kind of a tribute show that almost happened, right, Johnny? You know more about that than I do. They almost put something together, then it fell through. Bottom line is that Sammy even says that I didn't want to wait anymore, and like Alex used to say to him, we're not getting any younger, and he kept saying that throughout the show that hey, we had to do this because it's been 20 years. He said 20 years since they went out on the road to play Van Halen music, and he wanted to do it. Not that he hadn't done it here and there with some of his bands, like with the Circle and whatnot, but he wanted to celebrate Van Halen's music and, missing his friend. He's very, very genuine, I think, in how he expresses himself about how he misses the good times. And he wanted to turn some of them, rough, raw, bad feelings, and having the crowd there cheering him on, everyone so into it. I think he succeeded in, like I was saying in my show this morning, the healing of music. The music heals. And I think that's one of the things that's healed Sammy's broken heart in ways like it has healed so many other broken hearts, like music can heal, right? And you really get the sense of that at that show, and you really become a part of that, and you're happy for it. And then the music just takes you away. Halfway through that show, you're just like, yeah, man, I'm in, bring it. What's the next song? And that's why I'm excited to hear anything new that they've come out with.
It's hit after hit. And again, I'll say I was happy for the people, like you, the people that never got to see Van Halen or Van Hagar, to witness those songs live. I mean, it was, let me just say, because like I said, I've seen Van Halen every tour since 1988. I didn't see them on Van Halen 3 because I was on tour that year myself in Miami. So I didn't get to see Van Halen 3 tour in person. But every tour since the 0812 winter tour, November of 88 is when I saw them. Every tour since then I've seen. Like sometimes multiple times. Like they would play multiple shows in the Bay Area. I saw the live right here, right now, 3 nights. I saw Balance 2 nights.
So how would you compare like this show, for example? I don't want to compare, but I'm just saying, how would you compare
to a Van Halen show?
How would you compare this show to one of those shows and the energy of it? And let's say, taking the age into consideration, what kind of on par level would you put it at? Like in the scale of 10, if 10 is the best.
Like I said, there wasn't as much running around or jumping around like there was back in the day. Although I don't think Satriani ever jumped around like Eddie did. Anyway, yeah. I don't think he ever did. So you can't. So that's that's that. Well, 20 years ago when Van Halen toured with Sammy, they did the 04. That was called the Best of Both Worlds tour. When they did that, that was 20 years ago. So there was some jumping around and stuff. For that. So it's, when they're playing the Van Halen songs, like Judgment Day, like Summer Nights, or 5150, which Sammy said, you remember what Sammy said about 5150?
It was Joe who said.
Smoke.
Joe said that that's his favorite song, right? And he's saying, it's not an easy song, and that's his favorite song, and he really wanted to do that. He told Sammy that, Sammy was saying that he really wanted to do the song. And,
said it's his favorite song, and he had said that he couldn't. Sammy said, hey, drink. Have some of the tequila or whatever. And Joe was like, no, I can't play this song drunk. That's what he was saying.
Were joking about, like, I was like saying to you, because you can't talk, you have to like yell at each other, So I'm yelling to Johnny. I'm like, hey, Johnny, into his ear, I think maybe the difference between Joe and Eddie is that because Joe doesn't drink, he's like trying to be so technical and not miss anything wrong, whereas Eddie would be more loose because he did drink, and he'd be more loose, and it would be more almost improvisational, but because of that looseness in his playing style came from that a little bit, maybe,
There was a lot of they're totally different players.
Yeah.
Even though they're looked at on the same level somewhat by a lot of people, lot of people. Oh, definitely. When we think of if you want to say top 3 guitar players ever, you can say You can say Van Halen, Satriani, Vai, Van Halen, Satriani, Hendrix. I mean, you can start with those,
definitely
top
5 guys in my mind would be
Right.
Jeff Beck, Van Halen, Randy Rhoads, Steve Vai, Eric Johnson, Jimmy Page. And, all these people to me are not anywhere better than the other.
By the way,
Hendrix and Van Halen did change the landscape for everyone.
By the way, breaking news. I guess I think we'll be seeing Amanda and Lori tomorrow.
Good. So we got the answer. Yeah,
Amanda and Lori will be hanging out with tomorrow
at some point. But I'm so excited to see Amanda. Amanda, I'm bringing you a bottle of the Randy wine because I know you.
Well, she's not. I don't know if she's watching, but
she'll watch it. Maybe.
Oh yeah,
she's
messaging me right now.
Because I know you guys.
Wait.
And Rob. And I just feel like you deserve.
Hey, that's cool.
And I was gonna send it to Ron, but I'm gonna just.
We'll find you
and send it to him. Have them send it.
There we go. Okay,
we'll find each other, man.
Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Raymond. I'm chatting right now with Amanda now. So we will see her tomorrow.
And if people in the chat don't know who Amanda is, just you got to share her, link her stuff on there, Johnny. Amanda had the biggest breakout, coolest thing at NAMM this year. She painted a Year of the Dragon onto one of the Bad Cat amps.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the, I think it was a Hot Cat or something like that. She painted this Dragon amp, and then the Andertons guys took it. They had to have it, and everyone wanted, to order it. And she's breaking out. Her talent is definitely being recognized. And
she's sending me links right now to something.
And she's doing an album with Bob Daisley.
Oh, whoa!
Of
who?
Bob Daisley. John.
Bob Daisley. This Bob Daisley.
Look at that guy.
Thank you again to we're getting a lot of press for our conversation with Bob Daisley. There we go, you guys.
That was a great interview. I'd like to hear him come back on again. There's too many stories that want to.
We're already scheduled. He's coming back. He's coming back very soon. It's already we've already written it down.
I want to be in.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I won't talk as much. I promise.
Okay. Good. All right. Hang on. You guys, smash that thumbs up. We got 23 thumbs ups. Hey Zach, smash that thumbs up. How many people? We got 75 watching right now live. You guys. Thank you guys for watching this stuff. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get back. Okay, really quickly. So Sammy said that Smoke, he calls Satriani Smoke, that his favorite Van Halen song is 5150. When they played 5150, they had a huge Van Halen 5150 album cover in the background. Mm-hmm. And it was cool, man. So to see that and to hear them play, one of those songs, and for those people in the audience that never got to experience that with Van Halen or Van Hagar, it was such a cool thing. And Satriani sounds incredible. And like I said, he's not trying to be Eddie Van Halen. He's being himself. He's putting his own spin on the songs. And it's just an incredible show, you guys.
Yeah. And I see the comments here and there. You see comments comparing one era to the next. It's like you can't compare Sammy era Van Halen to 70s Roth era Van Halen any more than you can compare, Led Zeppelin to.
The thing is, you could never compare. You could never compare them anyway because it's totally different eras of music.
Yeah, I mean, it's like comparing Jimmy Page with Zeppelin to Jimmy Page. Or
this is like two conversations at once. Yeah. The only way you could ever compare. Okay, let's do this. The only way you could ever, people like to fight with Van Halen all day long. Oh, who's better? Which singer's better?
Not about that, man.
The only way you could ever compare 70s era to 80s, 90s era Van Halen is if it was the same singer the entire time. That's the only way you could ever compare it because eventually the music would have changed. They would. I mean, they already started changing the music with Jump, with the keyboard stuff.
Different. in the
They
80s,
they were already going in that direction when even before Sammy joined. So they would have gone more in that direction in the mid 80s anyway. Even if Roth would have stayed, they would because listen to Al Waite. They were already doing that type of stuff. The stuff that you guys, start bitching about.
Yeah, like what Greg says, both Sammy and Dave was good. They're both, what Dave did with the band and his swagger. Like we were talking about some of the sex appeal, the Chippendale-ness of it all. Kind of like swinging it out there for everybody. That was Sammy. That was Dave. Sammy wasn't about that. And he was more lyrical.
But they're both entertainers. They're both very entertaining. Yeah. Just different styles.
Really different styles.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's just like a totally different style of front person with basically the same background, the same band in the background.
Being 76 years old. Come on. Let's be honest.
Well, now I was talking back in the day. I was talking back then.
Dave now to Dave then. You
can't.
No, that's
you can't. And that's what's really weird is how a lot of the Roth era, diehards, how they compare the Roth stuff, but they never mention 90s Roth, was totally different than 80s Roth. It really changed. It's just changed. People change.
I like what General Admission had to say here, Brent. You see that? I wish Mammoth was opening for them in the show. That would be something.
That would be cool.
That would be pretty freaking cool. I don't know if it's necessary or, people would be wanting Wolfie to come up and play with Sammy and do the Van Halen stuff then. And then it would change, I think that's why. No. He's got to do his own thing. And I think should be respected for that. I think he should be respected for, like he said, being a better drummer than his dad. He jokingly said, "Hey, I'm a better drummer than my dad." Nobody says anything about that. But give
he started on drums.
Yeah.
But so did his dad. He started on drums too. He started on piano, really. Yeah.
Give him his due. Let him build his own career,
I don't think Wolfgang has any problem with this tour. A lot of people like to spin stuff out of control. He's on tour right now himself. I think he's out of the country. Or where are they? They might be here now, but they're on tour. See, you guys, in the music business, this is all a business. It's all business. That's why they call music a business. So, if different bands, that's why, you aren't getting, you can't have everything with you can't always get what you want. Who sang that song?
Stones.
And it's only rock and roll. Who sang that? See, that band,
Stones.
They wrote some great lyrics.
Keep talking. I'm gonna grab something just so you know what I'm gonna be reading on the plane.
On the plane?
Yeah, when I'm going to Europe in about a month, I like to take a book to read, and this one will give me plenty of. It's thick. Yeah, man, right there.
Oh, cool.
I bought this on my last trip, but I only got that far in it, and then I haven't read anymore, so I've got a ways to go. Very interesting book, by the way. Keith Richards and his life.
Yeah, great. Stones are great.
Oh, we got a call.
Stones are great. Well, no, that's something else.
Okay.
That's something else.
All of the calls, right? Usually that'd be me. I got hooked on my cable. Yeah, so I'm super excited for tomorrow, Johnny. I've got more energy for this. Oh,
yeah. I'm excited too. I'm excited to see this again. This might sound kind of weird, but I'm more excited about seeing the people at the show, about seeing the people enjoy this show.
I understand.
Because like I said last night, that's something. Because we're watching this, and they played, the solo stuff, and specifically the Van Halen stuff. Like I said, and I sound like a broken record. There were some people in that audience that never got to see that stuff live. Summer Nights. Judgment
I don't know
Day.
what people
You
are
know,
saying negative things about the set list, dude. I don't know what set list you'd expect, man. That set list was killer. That was an amazing set list. I was happy. There was not a song there I didn't want to hear. You know, I mean, every song there rocked. So I think there's, bottom line, haters gonna hate. They're gonna be out there hating it. For
haters
whatever
gonna
reason.
hate.
That's all I gotta
hate,
say,
hate,
man. To
hate,
people
hate.
like that, you're missing out, bros. You guys, your negative attitude is bringing you down. You're not bringing me down. You're not bringing Johnny down.
Let me say this again, though, man. The audience last night was
is
having such a great time, and I loved seeing everybody just enjoy themselves.
Anyone that's doing this show has no idea what they're missing. They're blowing it. You're gonna be sorry, and later in life you're gonna be, you know what, man? I wish I wasn't such an old curmudgeon, and I would have gone to that show. I would have had a great time. And I'm telling you this, man. Anyone who was there,
What's a curmudgeon?
they were
I
having
don't know
a
what that
great
is.
time. It's an old man word. They were having a great time. So if you don't want to go, don't go, man. But boy, you're missing out.
But you should go.
It was a good time. You
should go if you just want to see a great band. You know,
Sammy's
if you just want to see a great band.
Sammy's
I
a
mean,
good time.
Satriani, one of the top guitar players there is.
I've seen
To see him on stage,
he was smiling, playing like a, man.
he looks so cool.
He was
wearing those shades that he's wearing. He just looks just
an alien, yeah. Dude,
he just looks awesome up
with
there.
The light down on him before the Montrose song. Remember, there's that one where it looks like like he's gonna get beamed up by a UFO kind of light picture of that thing.
Yeah,
I love that. That was cool that they did that, and then he goes into that Montrose song. I don't know a lot of Montrose. A lot of people were asking if he did Montrose. Yeah,
they did. They did Montrose.
That's kind of the one. There's another one where if you
There's
see
Satriani
further back, where you really see, that beam of light coming down at him. Well, there's a bunch of great shots. Yeah,
there's Satriani and
they
Michael.
were having fun. Mike was having fun too. And yeah, people will call it like the chicken foot band. You guys, I'm just telling you, it's good.
Sure.
And I'm curious. Of course, it's Edward is gone. Alex is gone. He's no longer playing, so he's gone from the stage, right? He's never going to play with anyone ever again. He sold all his drums. So get over it in a sense, go out and have fun. Enjoy rock and roll with the people you still can. These guys are out there bringing it. Enjoy it.
Dude, Satriani, man. In those shades, he just looks cool, dude.
He's having fun.
He's such a cool, and he's such a nice guy, man.
And he's a really nice guy, and he's funny too.
And there's Mike Wood. there's Mike Wood right there. Tell them really quickly. We got to end the show in a minute here. We're doing 1 hour, so you guys smash that thumbs up. We're at 250 views right now live. Thank you guys.
Check out my channel.
Our buddy Mike. Okay, should I say this on here?
Yes,
I can say this. He had a lawn seat, but he walked in with us.
Everyone does.
And he watched the whole show going from seat to seat of seats that didn't.
That bad. No. Yes, during Loverboy, at one point when they were ending, somebody came, he had to move over. Then somebody else came, he had to move over. And then he found another seat next to some lady that said, "Hey, sit down here, young man." And he stayed there the rest of the show. Yeah. Cuddle Wuddles, that's right. Cuddy Wuddles. It was
Randy, what's up, dude?
It was such a good time, man. I gotta tell you. Yeah. So I understand why people who don't get to have the Van Halen they want back, and they're upset about that.
You guys,
Van
Halen is done. You will never get Van Halen again.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if you go see Hot for Teacher, if you go see Randy Monroe's band out here, Randy, by the way, dude, sorry we missed you guys last night. I know there was an after party. I couldn't make it. I had to drive back to Santa Cruz.
Yeah, it's a long way.
But let me say this. Okay, Van Halen has been done since 2020. There will never be another Van Halen, but a show like this, a celebration of this music, it is the real deal.
It's Sammy.
It is. It is the real deal,
Sammy.
You guys.
And he is the
and Joe Satriani.
And it's Joe.
Please.
Joe, the legend.
Smoke.
The hero, the guitar hero, Smoking Joe Satriani. Man.
Dude.
And and they got a great keyboardist with great backup vocals, and he can play the guitar too. You know, some of the backup stuff he was doing there on some of those Montrose songs and whatnot. And Jason on the drums, different style of drummer, you can tell, but he was definitely bringing it, and he was doing, you know, the Van Halen thing too. But he's he's more his dad's style. I think he's a little bit more of a heavy-handed player.
Sure. Well, I mean that's the Led Zeppelin right there. That's the Zeppelin, man.
Yeah, he's more like pow,
and it's cool.
Pow, you know, that kind of player. Whereas Alex is more like, you know, that's what Alex can do.
Yeah. By the way, you guys, yeah, we do have to end in like a minute here, but let me just say thank you to our channel members. Thank you for your continued support for this channel and these shows.
Yeah.
Here on YouTube. We're also live on Facebook, on X, on Twitch. You know. Thank you guys. Okay, so wrap it up. Tomorrow, first thing, we head to Los Angeles. We're going to our second show.
Road trip.
It'll be interesting to see if they change any songs around. Maybe, maybe not. We'll let you guys know. We'll do another show. Tuesdays, I do a show called Exclusively Van Halen, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're driving back Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Okay, so we'll be driving back from LA Tuesday, so there'll be no Exclusively Van Halen show Tuesday. Although we'll bring you guys some content from LA.
Yeah. We'll probably do a live stream on the drive down just for fun. We've done that kind of thing.
On your channel.
We can do it on my channel.
Okay, you guys.
When we meet up with Lori and Amanda and all them at the show, we'll probably do a live exclusive, you know, thing, right, Johnny?
Oh, sure.
At the show, kind of at the forum. The forum.
Yeah. We'll be hanging out with Lori Tucker.
Lori Tucker. You know who
you guys know her from the Hot for Teacher music video.
Teacher. She's the hot teacher in the Hot for Teacher.
We'll be hanging out with her tomorrow. Okay. Subscribe to Laz.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Subscribe to him, you guys. He did a show this morning talking about some of the same stuff.
Yeah, similar. I basically read the interview. The whole show.
From like the Arizona Republic.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah.
I shouldn't have done that, but I did. But it was cool.
Right on. Glenn.
Yeah.
Dude. Right on, you guys. A&E. Right.
And anyone
on.
who like helped out Johnny with like a super chat or PayPal or any of that stuff that helps his channel, you know.
We'll be seeing Amanda tomorrow. We'll be hanging out.
Amanda rocks.
Amanda's awesome. Brand new member, Ian.
There you go. Ding,
new channel member.
How do you do that, Johnny?
Thank you guys for all your support of this channel and these shows. Okay, we gotta go. Thank you again. So tomorrow, we'll be at the show tomorrow night. We'll be bringing you guys content. Watch his channel. I'll bring you guys content. You know, I'm everywhere. So follow me on Instagram, on X, all the different places. We're bringing you guys cool stuff. You never know who we'll see, who we'll meet.
Yeah, man. And we'll talk more about Eddie. If you guys want to hear us talking more about Eddie, I mean, you guys are talking about that. They're not talking enough about, you know, Eddie. That's all I'm reading is talking about Eddie, and this whole thing is about Eddie. And
I think they're talking about the show. At the show, Michael Anthony mentioned Eddie a couple times.
Yeah.
Michael Anthony sings on "Ain't Talking About Love." He plays. Yeah. He sings the song. Let's see. I think there was a couple. I think there might have been a couple. He does a lot of lead singing. You know.
Yeah, just a couple songs.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. All right.
Yeah, if it's coming to your town and you can get tickets, just go. Just trust us, man. Just don't miss out on this.
Yeah.
Don't miss out on
Do it.
Because you never know. Like you're saying, you know, we're not going to be here for.
They're going to continue on, but it sounds like they're going to continue on as an original band after this. Is what it sounds like.
Cool.
So we'll get, you know, new material from, it's you know, mostly Chickenfoot members. But Chickenfoot was awesome. You never saw Chickenfoot live.
I never saw Chickenfoot live. I saw Sammy and Joe play at Tom Morello's Feed the Homeless kind of event at Slim's one time, and that rocked. They did Hot, Wet, and Sticky, and then they did a couple other songs, you know. Yeah. They rocked.
Oh, Rock Candy.
No, they didn't do Rock Candy. Is that what that? Yeah, Candy.
That's
Baby.
Rock Candy.
That's
Yeah.
Rock, okay, so what I know.
Yeah.
I don't know every song, Johnny.
Ian, your name's in green, man. You're a channel member here on YouTube.
Ian.
Welcome, Ian.
Yeah, great live music played by rockers who know how to rock. That's what it was.
Peggy likes Chickenfoot.
Yeah.
Chickenfoot's awesome, you guys. I saw them in San Francisco at the what's the theater downtown? Downtown San Francisco. There's a theater.
Well, there's so many theaters in downtown. There's the
Warfield. The Warfield.
Yeah,
I saw them at the Warfield. Chickenfoot.
That place. That
was a great show.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of
great show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ian, you're green. That's right. You're green.
Like Roxy Green. Keep it green. Some of you guys know who Roxy is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess it's the end of
an
the
original
show.
band called Best of All Worlds, where Sammy plays Van Halen, 80s catalog, and Sammy's catalog from his solo career. Sounds like A&E is kind of one of those grudgemans like you were talking about earlier.
I don't know. He had good and bad things to say. I think I understand that emotion, you guys. I understand the emotion. I get it. You want Van Halen back. There's no Van Halen anymore. That's it. It's gone. It's over, man. So this is what you can get.
This is the closest thing you're going to get to Van Halen without it being Van Halen.
Dave's not bringing you real sounding Van Halen either. It sounds like, something else from my perspective. I wish he would sing like he used to. He doesn't.
That's the thing is you grew up with your favorite band. They were, they're on top of the world at some point, and then if they continue on, into their later years, and they're still doing it, they're not going to sound or act like they did.
Well, the Rolling Stones
40 years ago.
The Rolling Stones.
Actually, the Rolling Stones are always old to me. They were always old.
The Rolling Stones doing it the same way forever. Anyway, I'm just saying. I'm just joking around a little bit.
Zach says Sammy Hagar should hand up after this tour. Hand up? What? What are you talking about?
Hand it up after this tour. Zach, I think if you would open your
Zach, you should go outside once in a while.
If you would open your heart a little bit to what Sammy's trying to do here, which is to bring you some real kick-ass rock and roll. If you want to live in the past and just live off whatever was before. What did Edward Van Halen say? He said, "Go out and play." What do you think Sammy's doing right now? He's going out and he's playing.
He's playing.
So,
by the way, that clip of Eddie saying, "Go out and play," play. That clip, people stole that. Like, I saw that clip way back in the day when it was brand new. It was actually personalized to somebody, and I actually talked to the guy that clip was for, or the guy that filmed it. One of those guys, like he called me. Anyway, Metal Mike, what's up? We're out of here. We gotta go.
Love it, dude.
We gotta go. I'm going for sure, dude.
Joe is doing great.
Do it,
Joe, the hero of the show.
Smoke
rhymed.
Yeah. All right, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. We'll report back. We'll see you guys tomorrow. From Los Angeles. Keep it here, Laz. Thank you. Don't hang up.
Yeah, he's gonna come after you, Zach.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
Don't play.
This is Johnny Bean. Johnny Bean TV. Bye-bye.
Rock on.
Sammy.
What's up, dude?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. You want to film? You can film all you want, man. What do you want me to tell you in that camera? Hey, happy birthday to you, man.
Thanks. I'm Johnny Bean. I've met you a few times.
Johnny Bean?
Johnny Bean.
Hey, Johnny Bean. Sammy Hagar here, man. Congratulations
there you
for
go.
one or all.
And then I'll give you mine, so come back around this way. Okay, let's go. All right, Mike, hi.
How you doing?
I'm Johnny Bean. I met you last year. I talked to you on Google Plus.
Oh, yes. I remember you. Yeah.
I look like, all right, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. He was at a Google Plus hangout.
I'm Johnny Bean.